Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, your favorite British Minecrafter. Just a few moments ago, I heard an alarm. Incoming, it said. Incoming for sure, definitely. Today, a little bit later than usual, the third Minecraft 1.18 Snapshot 21w39a released. This snapshot is definitely a snapshot. It is definitely Wednesday. It is definitely a snapshot. This video is definitely Snapshot Showcase. In today's video, we're going to check out the latest Java snapshot. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like. And if you aren't subscribed, you're making a huge life mistake. You should change it today. It's free. Snapshot 21w39a is another technical 1.18 snapshot, meaning technically it's a snapshot, meaning technically there are tons of technical changes. In this week's snapshot, technical changes, advancements, and then some other changes having to do with tree generation, drown spawning and zombie not spawning, and potions. Potions. Today we'll start there. So check this out. Right now I have 3 splash potions. I'm going to go ahead and give myself the effect. That's fire resistance. This is leaping. And then actually this is luck. Did you even know that was a potion? Because yeah, it is a potion. So right now, as always, we have the effects in the top corner. That's great. I know what effects I have. That's cool. Now, let's say I wanted to check the duration. I will go into here, look at it immediately. Immediately, you see the change. I don't even need to say it. Look at this thing. It's so good. So me personally, I always play with the recipe book open. It's just more convenient, which means the potion effects would be hidden under the recipe book. Let's say I'm in a tragically tight situation. Like, oh no, this is really bad. This is happening to me. I need to check the potion effect right now. I go into the inventory, and before it would be buried behind this thing. I have to take a second to close this. Then I can see the effects. Right now, look at this. It doesn't matter. You can see them the whole time. This is beautiful, finally. Thank you, devs. I have a big monitor. Let's say you had a smaller one. If you go into the inventory, check this out. It gets compacted really, really nicely with those small icons over there. That looks nice too. The game will adjust these icons and their sizes based off of how big the screen is. Now, what I'm curious about is what happens if we have like a ton of effects. So here are just tons of random other effects. We add those all on. Check the inventory and yeah, I guess that makes sense. They all get overlapped like that. That's a little insane. Maybe they could be condensed or something. Potion effects are now listed in a better spot inside of the inventory screen. Finally, it's only taken like a bunch of updates. Speaking of potions, sometimes in this game you go into the ocean or maybe onto a beach or something and you find a shipwreck somewhere. And sometimes, if you're really lucky, unlike me, you find a map. This time I'm lucky. I found a buried treasure map. The next change has to do with buried treasure. There's a new loot. You get the buried treasure map, you use it to find the buried treasure. You find the buried treasure, brand new loot. Water-breathing potion inside of this loot chest. Really, this is great. I've always thought potions should be inside of more loot chests. That's a nice change. There are 2 changes that have to do with the meadow biome in this week's snapshot. The first one has to do with the tall trees. When you find a tall tree generating inside of a meadow biome, it will now, consistently, every single time, have a bee nest. So more bees inside of the meadow biome. The second change has to do with a jukebox and a music disc. Go to the meadow biome, place a jukebox down, listen to music. Sounds beautiful. And a brand new advancement. One of the biggest parts of Snapshot 21w39a is brand new advancements. There are 4 new advancements. To be honest, it's not very impressive. I don't think that's going to mean that's it for 1.18 advancements. I'm sure there will be stuff to do with the warden, but the first one is right here. Sound of music. You get it by listening to a jukebox in a meadow biome. Getting the next advancement is going to be actually pretty tricky to do in survival. So first you need to go all the way up to world build height limit. That's 320. Then you're going to need to get a villager up there. Then you're going to need to actually have that villager have a job. Then you're going to have to trade with the villager. The next advancement is Star Trader. You'll get it from trading with the villager all the way up at the build height limit. Now also, something really interesting happened here. So I was building up, and at some point in here, the grass color just changed. It was actually pretty close to the ground, like somewhere in here it started to get dark. I went into a dark oak forest biome, like right above the meadow, which is really, really strange. Meadow, straight up from here, dark oak, forest? Anyways, to prep for the next advancement, we're going to have to dig all the way down to bedrock, so like -64. After that, we're going to go all the way back up to the world build height limit, really, really high up, and then what we're going to do is fall. We need to fall from the top of the world all the way down to the bottom of the world, so going all the way down to bedrock, -64. When we achieve this, we will get a brand new... I thought we would get a new advancement. Maybe I have to survive it. Alright, so we'll try it again. This time we'll survive the fall. Hopefully I'll actually get the advancement this time. There we go. We survived the fall, and we get the Caves and Cliffs advancement. And finally, for 1.18 advancements today, first you're going to need to go to the Nether and find a Strider. Then you're going to need to get the Strider outside of the Nether somehow, bring it to the overworld, ride it on 50 blocks of lava, and you'll get the Feels Like Home advancement. Wow, sincerely, who would have thought? Just a couple of weeks ago, the Dripstone Caves biome was so plain and boring, and now, look at it now. Yet another Dripstone Cave update. This biome is better than the Lush Cave biome now. This is actually amazing. Okay, yeah, no, definitely not. But the Dripstone Cave biome has improved a lot. This week it improves even more. The change this week has to do with Drowned. Drowned can now actually spawn inside of the aquifers inside of the Dripstone Caves biome. And zombies, they're done. They can't spawn here anymore. This is a relatively minor adjustment, but I love it. I really like the idea of mob exclusivity when it comes to biomes. It helps make the biomes feel more interesting, and it helps make the mobs a little bit less repetitive in this game. It's a really nice change. Drowned spawning here will give players another reason to actually come to this place aside from the Dripstone and the increased copper. Maybe this place could even become good for drowned farms. So far, all of those changes are great and all. Really, I do like them. They're nice, but we haven't seen the big one. Not at all. So check this out. This is my long-term survival world. I have one single copy. I did not make a backup. I made this world in 1.17.1. Right now, I'm inside of Snapshot 21w39a.
Don't forget to back up this world before you load it in the snapshot.
Yeah, so definitely don't do that. We're going to go ahead and load this world up. Yep, that's right. 21w39a. You can reload old worlds. So check this out. This is world spawn inside of this world. Like I said, I loaded it in 1.17 at first. If we flip into spectator and go straight down, then eventually at Y0, we're going to find bedrock. Right here at least. If we keep moving into new generation, then bedrock actually moves down. Look at this right here. Look at how good it looks. You can see a side profile of all of the generation. And yes, old worlds can actually be updated now on Java Edition. This is huge. If you've been playing on Bedrock in the betas for the longest time, you've actually been able to do this, and as of the most recent beta, you can actually update old chunks with new caves down below Y0. It doesn't work like that on Java though. Big warning, if you do this in your old world, this is how the update is going to look. You're going to have Bedrock at Y0 of the old chunks, and the new chunks go really deep, and then you have the void. Like, it's literally the void. It's just a random drop-off. You're going to have to be careful for sure. But it's interesting looking, definitely. But check this out, 1.17.1 chunks, bedrock at Y0. I could actually update the world into the snapshot 21w39a, go all the way down below these chunks somehow, and then start building in here. Like, these are actual real areas now. You could definitely set up a base down below bedrock in here. The views down here, they would be consistently breathtaking. You look out the window of your base, you see a side cut of everything. The patches of tuff, the ore generation, the caves. Perfect. I don't know if there's a more unique looking thing. However, if you update your world and it ends up like this, apparently it will never change. Yeah, so right here, we highly recommend backing up your world before loading it in a snapshot. That's my bad. Maybe I should have done that. This is a huge deal. This is the very first time since we've seen any of the 1.18 generation that we can actually load worlds that were loaded in earlier snapshots pre 1.18 generation. We have the deep worlds now, the tall worlds in the old worlds. This is huge. Look at the lush cave. That's kind of cool. Today's snapshot video is a little later than usual because I almost completely forgot this one. This is kind of big. This is really significant. So we were just talking about upgrading worlds. I actually made this world in 21w38a. Right now I'm in 21w39a. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Look at this mountain right now. It's a hill, but it's like kind of like flat looking, right? Well, now I've recreated the exact same world, but this time I made the world in 21w39a. The changelog doesn't have a mention of this, but look at this mountain. This hill looks so much better. The peaks are more like peakier, like it's sharper in here, over there, the big spots right there too. Way sharper. So check out this picture. Hendrik tweeted this earlier today. This is basically a comparison of mountain peaks, the changes that have been made in this snapshot. Before the snapshot, mountain peaks were a little bit rounder like we just saw. After this one, they got a little bit sharper. These are probably the best looking peaks that we've ever seen. I checked this out in a couple different instances, couple different spots. You might see a video on that tomorrow or the day after. I'm not too sure yet. But yeah, basically some of those smoother, more flat peaks have been upgraded. They look better than ever. Hendrik.
Nice moves.
Minecraft 1.18 Snapshot 21w39a. In terms of changes, that's actually it this week. In terms of technical changes, though, that's not it. There have been tons of technical changes this week to actually allow for the new advancements to actually, be possible. Also, just tons of other technical changes in general. Here they are on screen right now. Check them out. There's so many. And then a few bug fixes as well. Not too many bug fixes, though. Also, the game's default brightness is now going to be 50%, which makes me curious. How about moody brightness, okay? That's really interesting looking. But how about get rid of all of the night vision, too? Oh, that's sweet. Oh, it's so sweet. It's so creepy looking. Sunsets are a vibe for sure, but maybe this is the real vibe all along. Anyways, that's going to do it for Snapshot 21w39a. Thank you for watching. If you liked today's showcase, leave a like. Subscribe for more of these videos every single week. Minecraft Live is coming up. I'm going to be covering the thing on the same exact day. You won't want to miss it. Subscribe and join the notification gang. If you have any thoughts on the snapshot, throw them down below. I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Goodbye, everyone.